Hi, my name is Morgan. For those who don't know me, I am the founder of Foterra Jewelry. And here at Foterra Jewelry, we make photo jewelry. So we work with photographers and people like you to make your own custom jewelry. As you can see, whoops, other side in the background here, this is our studio. Everyone is just left for the day, so I have some peace and quiet so I can share with you how you can create your own photo jewelry using your photos, vacation photos, portrait photography, things like that. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I see a few people are joining. And if you are following along on if you're watching a replay, please follow along, put your name and information in the chat or whatever questions you want to ask, and I will come back and I will check for any questions that people ask. But if you're joining me live, welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. If you could let me know where you are watching from and who is here, I would love that. And I am going to add my presentation here. But yeah, so I'm so glad you're here. And I said that if you are joining me live, you will get a $10 gift card. So, oh, Alice says she's from Southern California. Welcome, Alice. Welcome, Genevieve. Hi. Oh, Alaska. Awesome. Yeah, and here I am going to put this fun discount code into the chat so you guys can use it whenever you'd like. Just follow that link and it will be automatically added to your custom jewelry purchase. Oh, Louisville, nice. I hope I'm saying that right. I always say that. I always get nervous about saying that. I'm from the north. I say it wrong. Oh, hi, Stephanie, Massachusetts. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. So, yeah, so we are going to learn how to make custom jewelry. And so I have another question for you too. I would love to know, I know Mother's Day is coming up, so I know there are a lot of people on here who are designing for mom for Mother's Day. Hi, Jennifer. But I would also love to know if you're making it for your mom, if you're making it for your grandmother, your mother-in-law, if you're making it for yourself, that is totally fine. Um, I think that's totally fine with me. So I made my own custom jewelry piece of myself and my son, and I think that was like one of the first Mother's Day gifts that I like made for myself. So I think there's no shame. I love this. Me, I'm greedy. I don't think you're greedy. I think that's great. I think that's totally awesome. So no, I think making jewelry for yourself is very nice to yourself. So that is fine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Alice. Well, this will be a lot of fun. And you know what? Maybe you can put a really special piece together just for you. That's really great. And oh, your daughter and your mother-in-law. I love that. Well, awesome. Well, I'm so glad everyone is here and ready to learn. Grab something to write with, and we're all going to learn how you can create a custom jewelry piece with our easy drag and drop tools on our website, and just how to identify the best piece, the best photos to use in a custom jewelry piece at Foterra. So I'm going to launch right in. So there are 5 things to look at when you're choosing a photo for your custom jewelry piece. And I know that may seem like a lot. Don't be intimidated. We're going to break this down. We're going to make it really easy to figure this out. And and just a reminder, if you if you have any questions that you have, go ahead and put them in the chat. I may not answer them right away, but I'll see them. I'll go through and I'll make sure that everything gets answered, at least at the end of everything. But yeah, if you come up with something and yeah, just type it in the chat and I will get to it. So yeah, but 5 things when choosing a photo Don't be nervous, we'll break it down. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to find a simple scene. And I don't know how many of you here have ever studied like painting or even photography, but there are like rules of composition when you're creating a landscape scene in photography. And so if you do know that, cool. But what you can do, oops, is if you don't know that, this is what kind of a, sorry, I lost my place there, what a scene is composed of. So you have your foreground, the front, midground, and the background of your photo. And as you can see here in this photo, this is a simple, you see the background there, everything is composed very nicely in this landscape photo. So if you know that, now that you know that, totally forget it. Throw it out the window. When you're creating a jewelry piece, you have to think about how small it is and just how busy things can get when things are condensed in such a small piece. So what you want to do is you want to find the subject that you want to focus on. And in this piece, the foreground subject is this tiny little flower. And so for that jewelry piece, we would focus on that flower and zoom way in and kind of forget about everything else. Because we don't want it to be too busy. We want to like focus on the essence or that subject of the photo. So yeah, just checking in. All right. So along with that, you want to find the best section of the photo, the most interesting area. Because some photos may not have, I'll go back to that last slide. Some photos may not have something as obvious to focus in on, and that's okay. That's totally okay. So when that is not so obvious, just keep in mind that you don't have to include every single thing in the photo. So, for example, with these earrings, the photo doesn't really have a foreground subject. It's just kind of this really nice, mellow scene. So, what I did is I used our drag and drop tool, and I'll show you how to do that near the end. And what I did is I just kind of looked around, I moved everything around in the shape and kind of decided on a certain area. And I felt like that was the most interesting part that I wanted to focus on. And so that is kind of what I went with, even though it's not like the main subject, because there isn't really the main subject in this photo. So in this, you have a photo that doesn't have a very obvious subject, that's what you can do. You just kind of decide what you think is the most interesting, and it's totally subjective. All right. And one of the things that we at Foterra are kind of most known for are sunsets. We have a lot of sunset jewelry in our main lineup collections. You can go check that out on our website as well. But when it comes to sunsets, when you have a sunset or you're taking a photo of the sunset, it's all about the weight. And so let me explain what that means. So with the sunset, when you're watching the sun go down, it's beautiful. You might have your shades still on, watching that sun go down. It's really bright, and you're snapping your photos, and you have this beautiful photo, like the one right here, and you're super excited, and you go to design your jewelry with it, and then you just have this. It's just a big blown out ball of light because you gotta wait. You gotta wait for that light to get right. And so let me show you an example of what happens when you wait. So this is actually a sunrise, and I'll explain that too. But with the sunset, you wanna wait until the sun actually goes down in the sky. And when you do that, the light, just it changes color in the sky, and it's not so bright, and uh, it diffuses the light a little better. So, and in the same with the sunrise, you want to get there before the sun comes up because you want to get that beautiful light, that mellow, colorful light. And that's when you get the color, that's when you get all that interesting stuff happening. So, the trick is to wait. Got to take your time before you snap those photos. Oh, thank you, Dustin. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I we have made a few photos for Dustin. It's awesome. Appreciate it. All right. And so the question we get a lot is, can I do this with a photo of a person? And I'll admit, our jewelry is a bit translucent. So photos of people are a little tricky, but it can be done. There are some rules to it, however. So let me explain. So here's an example of this really sweet family. It's such a nice photo. It's the perfect photo to go on a mantle. Everyone is so color coordinated. Like the yellow goes with the yellow of the background, and the blues and the greens go with those trees in the background and the mountain. And it's so nice. And, just that white, that's so in right now, kind of that like very light color, uh, kind of, what do they call it? Like anyway, editing. They use editing to like make it so nice and white. However, when you go to look at this photo over here, everybody is super washed out and you can barely see the family. And then when you shrink down the jewelry to this big, you can barely see anyone and it just doesn't look like anything. And then when you add the translucency to it on top of that, you're not going to be able to see your people in your photo and in your jewelry piece, and you're going to be so disappointed. So, my advice is to choose contrasting colors. And one thing that you can do for contrasting colors is, you choose. So, for example, if your person is wearing yellow, it's great. Look for them in a purple red background behind them, or orange. You want to use the blues side here. So here's an example of a really good contrasting photo. So the little girl is wearing that red dress. She's so cute. And then she's up against a green trees in the background. And then on top of that, we've gone ahead and zoomed in really close to be able to see her and her arms out. And yeah, we've cut off her body a bit, but you get to see her face better. You can see her mouth. You can see that she's smiling. You can see that red bow in her hair. So think about ways that you can really, if you really want to go the portrait route, think about ways where your person is going to show up really well. And so contrast and zooming in are two ways to really get those faces and those people shown really nicely. All right. And then my favorite way to capture people is in silhouette. So I want to show you an example of that. So all about the silhouette. So as you can see here, you can see the couple, you can see their faces so nicely in that piece. And you kind of get a bit of the environment in a silhouette too. And that's kind of what we're all about here at Foterra, is capturing that environment, capturing those moments in nature, capturing what was happening in the photo as opposed to who's in the photo. I mean, it's good to know who's in the photo, of course, but you want to capture kind of the whole thing. So silhouette, I think, is such a great way to do that. And you can do that with sunsets. You can do that with a fun light in the background, even a flashlight. We've had people send in photos just inside their house looking out the window. It's a lot of fun. I love getting the silhouette photos. So I have some tips for capturing people in silhouette. What you'll do is you want to shoot against the source of light, and you want your people in front of the source of light. And so you want them kind of hiding. So you want to hide the sun or the light or whatever it is behind your subject. You don't want to get any part of that direct light. If you're shooting outside, I love looking for interesting clouds or colorful sky. For example, like the sunset, like waiting until the sun goes down and capturing like a silhouette in a colorful sunset is great. I love that. And then also, for some reason, taking it from a lower angle really helps capturing that light, like capturing the sky against your people. So kind of get low, move the camera low, get that sunset or that light wherever you're capturing it from. Those tips really, really work. So I'm just going to pause here for a second and see if anybody has any questions about finding those photos that you are looking for a jewelry piece. And I'm not seeing any photos, or I'm not I'm not seeing any questions. But yeah, feel free to type in the chat if you have any. All right, so next I'm going to show you guys how you can use the custom jewelry drag and drop tools that we have on our website. So here is just a quick video on how you do it. I'm just going to talk through it. Oops, is it going to play? Doesn't seem like it wants to play. Oh, maybe I need to do it here. Nope. Of course. Well, here, let me pause this for just a second. Of course, we have to have a technical. Oh, is it playing? Maybe. Nope. Well, hold 1 second. Let me fix this. Oh, cool. Actually, I'm going to pause here. I'm excited to try a sunset pic that I did. Wow. Yes. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to make that. Wow, that's really cool. All right, let me see. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take this off and I'm actually gonna share. I'm just gonna pull up the website and walk through it. So all right, I'm gonna take this and then I'm gonna try to find a good photo to use. Oh, I have a perfect one. Okay, here we go. So let me share my screen. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Thanks for dealing with my technical difficulties. All right, here we go. And then also, I don't know if you guys know, but we're having a fundraiser for some nonprofits that we're partnering with for Earth Day. So just an aside there, if you want to check that out on the website too. So where you'll head is you'll go to custom jewelry. Let me make sure you guys are seeing this. Okay, good. You'll go to custom jewelry and click on make your own custom jewelry. So you'll click right there. And it will take you to this page here. And so what you'll do, these are kind of our most popular pieces. They float to the top there, our most popular shapes. But you can see we have lots of templates to choose from. So I'm just going to choose this guy right here in the middle. And you're just going to click on upload your photo. So for the pendant, you can choose one photo. And I'm going to choose, actually, I'm going to choose this one here. This is a new photographer that we just started working with. I'm so excited to design with her. We're designing her collection now. And so what you can do is you can just move your frame around so you can capture your favorite spot of the photo. And I think I want to make Mount Hood in the background there just a little bigger. And then maybe I want to capture some more of those flowers in the bottom. So I'm going to have like the flowers way down in the bottom. You can zoom in there and see kind of what's going on. And I'm happy with how that is looking. So I'm going to say, okay. And then next you can choose the photo card. And I'm going to choose that same card, but if you wanted to, you could choose something completely different. So just for example, I'm going to choose something totally different. So I have two different shots of Mount Hood here. And I'm going to say, yeah, I want to do that. And I'm going to just preview it really quick, make sure I like it. Yep, that's what I want. And you just go ahead and you add it to your cart. Easy as that. So I'm going to stop sharing now. But yeah, so this is, oh, let's see. Oh, I'm looking to do this for my best friend who lost her mom. Ah, that is really, really sweet. That's really nice of you. Wow. Yeah. No, so I really love doing what I do because I get to hear some really special stories from my customers. And I really love hearing all about travels that they've taken. I love hearing the story behind the photo. I just got one the other day from somebody. It was their last hike they took with their dad. And I mean, really, I love getting these touching stories. So thank you for sharing this with me. I really appreciate it. And I really love hearing all these awesome stories and touching stories from you guys. So thank you. So I'm going to bring back the presentation. Ooh. Here we go. All right. So moving on. I guess we're at the end, actually. I didn't realize. So, oops, I chose the wrong screen. So do any of you have any questions about any of what I went over? Well, I guess it's time, since we're at the end, I'll just remove this. Uh, and if you have questions, please type them in. I'll give you some time. But if you're here and you're watching, you are automatically entered to win a $50 gift card from Foterra Jewelry. So I am going to ask you to type the word mom into the chat, and I'm going to choose somebody after the video, after we're all done with this. I'm going to just choose a lucky winner at random to win a $50 gift card. So go ahead and make sure. This just lets me know that you're here and that you watched it. And then, yeah, I will send whoever we choose at random a $50 gift card. And just make sure, if you don't win, you're still a winner. I put a link in the comments to use a $10 gift card. So even if you don't win, you still win something just for being here. I am so appreciate you being here live. And if you get stuck creating your design, please message me. I'm happy to help you. Oh, and if you get stuck creating your design, you can also book a design consultation with me. I'll put this in the chat right now. Getting all the mom. Here is a link to, if you get stuck, you can design a free consultation with me, and we can design your piece in real time during the consultation. And we'll have it all done for you in about 15 to 30 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. So there's a short questionnaire. You can upload your photos. We can make decisions. It's pretty fun. So if you're stuck, book a consultation there and I can help you out. And oh, this is a good question. Let's see. So can you let us know if the photo we have chosen will not work? And if not, Can we choose another? Of course. Yes. I do this often. So I just did this the other day. So somebody submitted a photo that we tried to edit it, we tried to make it work, and unfortunately, it just didn't look like anything. It was such a bummer. So I just wrote them back and I said, "Do you have another photo you want to try?" And I just sent new designs to them, and it worked. The second photo worked just fine. So yes, if you submit something that isn't going to work, and we'll let you know. We'll definitely tell you. We won't just send you something that doesn't look good. We want you to be happy. So yeah, and oh my gosh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. This was fun. But yeah, if you guys get stuck, contact me. You can write in the comments below even. I don't mind. I'll be checking. And if you're watching the rerun of this, just yeah, like shoot me a note, shoot me a comment if you have questions. I'm happy to answer. And thank you so much for being here. I will message everyone who, the winner of the $50 gift card. I'll shoot you a note, private note, and you'll know who if you're the winner or not. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and have an awesome evening. Bye.